people think that if their chickens are eating feed, then they're good. Can't lie. I used to think that as well. But here's the truth. Commercial feed alone does keep chickens alive, but not thriving. And if your birds aren't thriving, well, trust me, you're gonna see it in weak eggshells, poor laying, and vet bills nobody told you about. So today, I'm gonna be breaking down 7 foods that chickens should be eating, foods that nature intended, and why most backyard flocks are missing the mark completely. Look, I'm no scientist. I'm not sponsored, and I'm not here to sell you some miracle equipment. I'm just a homesteader raising chickens the old-fashioned way, watching what works, cutting out what doesn't, and paying attention to the birds themselves. Chickens, they're foragers. They're not feeding machines. So, let's talk about what they actually need to thrive. Number 1, grit. See, this one shocks people quite a bit, but grit is non-negotiable. You see, chickens don't have actual teeth. So the grit is literally gonna sit in their gizzard and grind the food for it so that the chickens can digest it. No grit equals poor digestion, which equals wasted feed. And we don't want that. And no, dirt does not count. However, there is grit in dirt. All grit really is little tiny pebbles like crushed granite or small stones. It's not oyster shells. That's gonna be your calcium. We'll get to that later. And it's especially critical if your chicken's free range or eat scraps. You saw our video last week. We literally built a DIY chicken grit feeder for our chicken. It's been working perfectly. Made out of a plastic bottle. If you wanna see that, you need a little setup for some grit, I'll leave a link up here. Go check that video out. But you gotta remember, chickens need grit so that they can grind the food and properly digest. Number 2 on our list, leafy greens. If it grows green, chickens, they probably want it. You see, your leafy greens, they are packed with vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, all huge for immune health and egg quality. Leafy greens, pretty self-explanatory, but kale, lettuce, cabbage, spinach, even your garden trimming that you might throw away, throw them to your chickens. They'll love it. Because if you've got a garden and you're not feeding your chickens your trimmings, that's just wasted food, my friend. Number 3, orange veggies. You see, they are loaded with beta-carotene, which directly impacts yolk color and bird health. Carrots are a good source. Just make sure that they're graded. Pumpkins, squash, sweet potatoes, they love all of that. And it is very, very good for their health. Because that right there, that's how you get that deep orange yolk color that people always brag about online. Number 4, protein sources. You see, laying eggs, it's hard work for our girls. So a good protein source, non-optional. Some good natural sources for protein are mealworms. Chickens love a good mealworm. However, it's just a treat. It's not a staple. Moderation is still key. Fish scraps are a good source. Fish meal is also a good source. And cooked lentils or peas are also a good protein source for your chickens, believe it or not. If you ever see your birds start looking a little sluggish or stop laying, protein is usually gonna be the first thing that I check. Number 5 on our list, calcium. You see, weak eggshells, they're not random. It's a calcium problem. You see, chickens need a constant supply of calcium to be able to lay nice, hearty eggs. If they're not getting that calcium, they're not gonna lay good eggs. You're gonna have weak shells, and their health could totally tank because they will literally take calcium from their skeleton just to be able to supply their body and lay an egg. And calcium can be crushed eggshells even. Just make sure you bake them first. Don't give them straight crushed eggshells. They gotta be baked. Oyster shells are another perfect calcium source for your chickens. And those don't need to be baked. You can crush up those oyster shells, throw them right on in a dish for your chicken. Never mix your calcium with the regular feed. You want it to be in a separate dish. You see, chickens, they're great at self-regulating what they need to eat. They know how much calcium that they need to eat. So leave a small separate dish of calcium and grit aside, and your chickens will eat as they need, no problem. You see, hens, they know how much calcium they need. Roosters, not necessarily. However, roosters aren't laying eggs. They still need a good source of calcium, but not as much as a hen would. Number 6, and this is where people will completely overdo it or just skip it completely. Fermented feed. You can ferment your feed with apple cider vinegar, stir it up, let it sit for a little while, and you will have a big supply of feed that will last you a long, long time. You also can do garlic in water occasionally. See, this is not about hacks, it's about gut health. And everything I'm telling you today is very important for your chicken's health to be able to lay high quality eggs for you and your family. And last on our list, number 7, is gonna be whole grains and scraps. You see, chickens, yes, they are composting machines, but they're not a garbage disposal. If you wouldn't feed it to your kids, probably shouldn't feed it to your chickens either. Me personally, I buy a mixed grain bag from my local feed store. Lasts me a long time. Couple of handfuls, toss it in the run so they can do their foraging and let their instincts go. It is packed with protein, corn kernels, all that kind of stuff. But again, still a treat, not a full diet. Some other good sources: oats, rice, bread, and of course, your vegetable scraps from your kitchen. All great sources of protein that your chickens need on a daily basis, but again, in moderation. Always have their layer feed on constant supply and mix in all these treats throughout the day as well. And you will have yourself a nice, healthy flock that lays high quality eggs right in your backyard. You see, so here's where a lot of people mess up, right? By feeding only pellets, no grit access, too many treats, and no variety, and just completely ignoring the bird's behavior altogether. You see, your chickens will tell you what they need if you just pay attention. So you see, you don't need any fancy equipment and you don't need all these expensive systems. You just need some understanding. Raise your chickens the way that they were designed to live, and they'll reward you tenfold. So if this helped you in any way, or you're a new chicken owner yourself, then hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Where it's our goal and our mission around here, teach anybody out there, try and take their life back, and start this journey of self-sufficiency, get away from all that corporate greed and nonsense out there. We're learning how to use our land and what God gave us, produce for our family, take care of ourselves. So thank you all for tuning into the channel. Thank you all for watching another video here on Mundo's Homestead Adventures. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.